see the snow, man, it's all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing, just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, we're chasing snowflakes as they're falling down, and follow Rudolph all across the town. Later we meet under the mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho, ho, ho. We're feeling jolly, eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Merry Christmas Day. A Merry Christmas Day. Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to another HNL Tonight Show with the hockey coach, your coach Frenchy, directly for the beautiful country of Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to be with us on the great Merry Christmas night to December 25th, 2022. Hopefully an amazing, great Christmas with your family and your friends, and you're ready to come back now because the hockey come back tomorrow with the World Junior Championship, and it's going to be in Canada this year again, and Halifax and Moncton. So I can wait to do all the kind of presentation of the game during this next couple of weeks, a couple of days, honestly. The tournament is going to start tomorrow till January 5th. We'll see how Team Canada is going to do. So what we do tonight, we'll just preview a little bit more information about each team, a little bit, the schedule, who can win. And then I want to talk about the NHL Draft 2023. And we know Montreal Canadiens are going to have a good selection at the top 10, I believe, at the end of the year. And we'll see what's happening with the Florida Panthers. Possibly Montreal Canadiens have two picks. Unfortunately, I have a couple of players from Russia are not participate. The team, honestly, are suspended and going to missing Michkov. That's the one I wish we can see. Then you have the defenseman from Russia. Guys, you have to pay attention. Koliev, he's an amazing, great defenseman. Look like he's going to be another Sergachev in the NHL. Just give me an idea. Montreal could looking for that kind of defenseman for maybe in the future. But I just want to share a couple of players we're going to watching in the next couple of weeks, a couple of days, and some countries, what you should look. And then Montreal Canadiens have to go only, I think, 2016 or 2018 to see 6 prospects for the Montreal Canadiens and the championship, the World Junior Championship. So we have going to talk about them, what what you can look about this fun team, and then you have any question tonight as a get best time. I don't know how long we'll be there. I don't think so. We'll be there for a long time, but we're going to talk about hockey. That's the most important thing. I know Christmas not for everybody. I just pop up. For me, it's already Monday morning at December 26th in Thailand. So I said, you know what? Why not take one hour and talking about hockey? I missed to talk to you, which one of you, and I missed to talking about hockey. So let's talk. And then you have any question about the NHL? I'm open up. Listen, this show is about you tonight. That's it. Santa Claus came at my place now. Is out, but it's time for me to celebrate with you. And hopefully have an amazing, great night with the Hockey National Show. Secondly, hopefully we are safe. A lot of people have a big storm. The last couple of days, the snow. I did not talk about the snow, or I did not hear about anything. Hopefully you guys everything is well with each one of you. So we want to welcome everybody at the beginning of the show. Morgan Fay is in the house. Welcome in the house, Morgan Fay. Sometimes we have a deal. Sometimes we have no deal. But one thing we know, we have the real deal in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Real Deal. Go Canada, go and go leave go for Morgan. That's awesome. Gogol account is back in the house. Long time we didn't see you around. Merry Christmas, Mr. Gogol. Hopefully you're doing an amazing, great, have an amazing, great day, and you have an amazing, great celebration and holidays already with your family and friends. Vinny James from Ottawa is back with us. Merry Christmas to you, the chat. Yeah, absolutely about this thing to be with us, Mr. Vinny James. What about Mr. Johnny Golden? New Brunswick Moncton is right there inside of the World Junior Championship. And Mr. Johnny, thanks to be with us. Merry Christmas. All the best. And New Year. Thanks so much, Johnny. Hopefully you're doing well. We're always missing you. We miss your question. I know you follow a lot of the draft, well, maybe not the draft, but the prospect always in the junior with, like, example, Riley Kidney and everybody else. So hopefully, Johnny, you're doing great. Thanks to be with us. Always a pleasure to welcome you with us. Thanks so much, Morgan. We're Nam Dal. Nam Dal. He's in the house. Merry Christmas. Thanks so much. Same to you, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. What about Stu Peterson? Thanks to stop by, Mr. Stu. Thanks to be with the Hockey National Show. Hopefully you're doing well in Boston. Hopefully the weather was not too bad for you for the storm. And what about our friend from la belle région de Québec, de Sherbrooke? Dans la région de Sherbrooke, dans la belle province de Québec. Elle est de retour avec nous ce soir. On lui souhaite un très joyeux Noël et des bonnes vacances, Mr. Nicolas de Kobe Bonneau. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes, everything like that. Like I mentioned to you guys, we have a couple of teams are going to be, unfortunately, we're missing Team Russia, but you have a couple of teams are going to participate at the World Junior Championship. Honestly, 10 of them. 8 is going to be at the first part of the round quarter. Mr. Danny and T back in the house, Mr. Danny. Welcome. Merry Christmas, Mr. Danny. Hopefully, you're doing well, Mr. Danny. Have a great celebration with your family and on Orleans, Ontario. Thanks to be with us tonight, the moderator, Captain. Welcome back, Mr. Ray Kane from the San Jose Sharks. Welcome back. Thanks so much to drop by. Thank you. Just cold, but love it. So all good. Awesome to hear that, Mr. This. Everything like that. We'll see. The people asking me, do we have a Frenchy quiz tonight? We'll see the number of the people we have tonight. I was not expect too much, but I say, you know what? I will prepare one. If it's the case tonight, guys, that we are going to have 4 different subjects: the NHL GM, the playoff team, and then we're going to talk about the head coach and the NHL and the NHL expansion. So I'm not sure we're going to get that way tonight. If not, we're going to push to that next time. When we have a little bit more people. So that's happening about this. So the World Junior Championship, guys, start tomorrow. First game for the Team Canada, and they play a couple of games. They have 2 divisions, right? Division A, Division B, 5 on each one of them. And how this works, it's just the top 4 of each team participate to the first round elimination, and it's crossover after that. So it go for 1 for Division A, 4 for Division B, 2 versus 3, and you go like this all the way on both sides. So that's happening honestly for the first round, and then after that you go the quarter, and then the semifinal and the final. It's only one game, so you have to win each one of them. Total of the game they should play, it's about 7 games. So for that tournament. So that's happening about this. We have a Team Canada, guys. I want to talk about a little bit more about Team Canada. What a lineup. They go score a lot of goals. That's something we have to realize with Team Canada. They are 9 first round guys, players, prospect, draft by any different team in NHL. 9 of them. And then you have Joshua Roy is the lowest with 5th round by the Montreal Canadiens in 2020. But the rest guy, you talk about Shane Wright, Seattle, Connor Bedard, next at 2023, possibly the first overall pick. Brennan Altman with the New York Rangers. Then we have Adam Fantilli, number 2 right now, is going to be on the top best player NHL draft 2023. Yeah, Logan Stankoven, a great pick by the Dallas Star. Draft first round, and then you have Dylan Gwander for the Arizona Coyotes. Joshua Roy, like I mentioned to you, 5th round by the Montreal Canadiens. Nathan Gauthier, another great selection for Gauthier, as another great big center for the Quebec Remparts in the QM. It was drafted by the Anaheim Ducks. Then you have Zach Dean. He's another great selection in NHL. All 3 play in the QM, by the way. And then you have the line for the WHL, that you have Sheffer with the Edmonton Oilers. You have Caden Banker, and then you have Zach Otashuk. Is going to be a part of the 4th line for that time for that team. On the defenseman guy, we thought about the Maelstrom, Zellweger for the Anaheim Ducks. You have Brent Clark for the Los Angeles Kings. Then you have Nolan Allen, Kevin Koczynski for the Chicago Blackhawks, Jack Mattiers, and then Jason Hans, and the goaltender. Where we really believe where the goaltender could be its friends right there. They have not a lot of great goaltender this season, guys, or this year at the tournament World Junior Championship. Some are good, but not great. They are not really great, what we have. So Benjamin Gaudreau is a good goaltender, but it's not assignment. Then Milik is another goaltender. Both of them win the Team Canada and the U18 18 months ago. There was both goaltender, the duo for the goaltender for the Team Canada. And Milik is an undrafted player right now in this team. We're going to talk about the chat. We have Miss Ellen Keeve in the house. Merry Christmas. Thanks so much. Yeah. I met Santa Claus yesterday, and I stole the hat. No, just kidding. I got a hat. So was really nice about this. I had a great time yesterday. My first Christmas in Thailand. It was funny. I'm glad I went to the nice restaurant. It's called a French night. It's called the Café Lamar. It's a French owners, and they have a lot of people from other countries there. So they sing the song Christmas. It was pretty cool to see that. Then I have a good time, and then I got a hat. So I said, "Oh, I have a hat from Thailand now." So I'm going to wear my hat today. It's still hot, by the way. But yeah, it was a great time. I really enjoyed it. Take my time a day off, no live streaming, but I'm glad to see you guys with me tonight, and that's happening for me. But out takes too many penalties. I'm not worried about this. It's going to be fine. At the exhibition game, maybe the referee gave a couple of penalties where they should not do it during the tournament. But again, Bedard is a step, he's a one step over anybody else in the NHL draft 2023. Can score. What a shot he has. He's the next, I believe he's going to be another one, the Connor McDavid at the end of the day. Danny, Merry Christmas. William McClary is in the house. Welcome, Mr. William McClary. Yeah, Christmas fun for Coach. Yeah, I had a great time yesterday. It was funny the first time I get out. Not that I don't get out. I get out a lot. But, I I went out. That's the best thing I can describe to you. I went out and I came back late. But fun night, fun night to celebrate with people. Because it was, what I said, fun because you have people from all around the world. It was at the restaurant. So I don't know, like 80 people around and they have band and everything. And I don't know. It was fun. I really, my routine, guy, is very easy here. I go to beach, I go to gym, I go to night market, I eat food, and I got massage, and that's it. I don't out a lot. I work a lot on my channel, so that's pretty much my routine. So get out a little bit out of my routine last night. It was a great time, but again, I have to come back this morning. Yes, I cannot skip today's. It'll be hard for me. So I'm excited to be with you tonight, talking about the World Championship. Mr. KLS is in the house. C'est important for winning. Sorry, but Santa Humor. Yeah, Czechia, for sure, is not going to be there this season at the World Junior Championship, 21 years old. Really interesting what happened with Czechia, with the team Montreal Canadian after Christmas holidays. I think they need a break right now. They need to refocusing, and then to see a player like Savard, Monahan, Gallagher are going to go back in the lineup and stabilize a little bit more. The line, everything like that. We Martin said we take a little bit. I don't say strength decision the last game, but I would call this like more like he tried to shaking a little bit the lineup with 0 goal. Like they don't score goal, guys. I think they have like 8 games. The last 10 games they barely scored more at 2 goals per game, and they cannot win in. They won that 2 game at 2-1 against the Calgary Flames, and then they won another game 2-1 in overtime or in shootout, I believe. So. He was right to shaking line. Now, if you consider that way, it will become my concern. You cannot put Nick Suzuki with 2 winger with 0 goal. Joel Armia and Jonathan Drouin. All my respect for Drouin. He played better since he come back from injuries, right? But I don't see the connection right there. Then you can go all the way like that. But it's a team where it's supposed to be. And they have already 15 Ws because the performance of Jake Allen and Samuel Montembeau. Without them, that team, guys, is the bottom 6 in the NHL. I think it will happen in the next month. This month, at the end of this month and the next month, going to see Montreal go lower, just because the schedule is so difficult for them. And the way they play right now, it's not very good. So when you have no offensive from Nick Suzuki, I think you have only 2 points the last 9 games or 3 points. And then Kokafi does not score. But I understand Pesada score, I understand Jake Evans score, but at the end of the day, you cannot carry on the team on your shoulder with those 2 players. And what Pesada took a very bad penalty against the other star to open up the door and just go about this. Thanks so much, Roger Delaney. Welcome back. What about Jose Duarte? My prior thought to Jose Duarte. I was thinking about US, how many snow he got the last couple of days. Jose, thanks to be with us. Another moderator. Yes, too, but like Ellen, I would be agree with many of you follow Montreal Canadiens. They play not great, but they get a good result. Again, because the goaltender. If not them, guys, our special team is not good, right? They are at the bottom. The high danger scoring chance, I can go analytic, is not great. And they cannot score. So you put all this together. Why the heck he is still playing almost for 500? It's because the goaltender. We have they are the top 3. I don't know. I did not look for the last 2 days. But at some point, it was the number 1 team as a goal save above where they're supposed to give 6 goals, but because of the performance of the goaltender, they can only give 3 of them or 4 of them, and that make Montreal better. But that's only area where the Montreal are looking great over there. I feel good. I feel strange here. Let me check this. I'll be bigger here. I will go with this one. There we go. So that's happening about this. We have a few people in the house for 6 feet coach trap at the home. Wow, that's amazing about this one. For that one, Team USA, guy, I want to talk about Team USA. We know Montreal Canadiens have Lane Hudson is a player after looking about this. Team Canada, guy, are really big. This one of the biggest team with 6'1.5 and then at 198 or 92 pounds. I cannot remember exactly but they are big at the defenseman guy. They are huge players for Team Canada this season. On the flip side, Team USA use speed, mobility, transition, carry on the puck, move the puck on the defenseman. I'm talking about Luke Hughes. I believe Luke Hughes is maybe the best defenseman at that tournament as the defenseman. I know Zellweger and Brad Clark for Team Canada. But for me, Luke Hughes is really the one. Where Lane Hudson from the Montreal Canadiens should follow him because he's really on the same, Hughes got draft by the New Jersey Devils. Lane Hudson got drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. Is really excited to play, guys. He's really shifted. A lot already, some comments from the scout coaches for the tournament is impressed by Lane Hudson. Samus Casey returned with the Team USA with Sean Ben Renz to draft. Jack Perrott coming back. Of course, they all play during the last August tournament. Ryan Chesley, another great defenseman, returned with Team USA. Luke Mittelstadt. Luke Mittelstadt, guys, from the Minnesota area, is the brother of Casey Mittelstadt for the Buffalo Sabres. Will be interesting watching him. The goaltender, Merekenko, is back with the team, and Augustin and Oak are the three goaltenders. On the forward, guys, they have a solid top first line. And after that, it's really strange for me, but looking coolly, guys, Jimmy Esnagerod, Dylan Duck are a really good line. The second line, Redmond Savage, the son of Brent Savage. I don't know if you remember him. Brent Savage, Mr. October for the Montreal Canadiens, with Cutter Gauthier. Gauthier was drafted by the Flyers last year. And then you have Roder McCarthy, another draft first round last season. Then you have Tyler Boucher for Ottawa Senator, Chad Lucius for the Chad Lucius, after he was with Boston, but he's not with Boston. I could be wrong here. Jackson Blake, Samuel Limkin, Kenny Connors. Then you have Calvin Brittley. A really nice story about Calvin Brittley. Only a 5'8", 5'9". The reason I know him is because he came from the Florida. With hockey, the last 20, 25 years explode in USA and state where never have hockey before. Nashville, Arizona, you have Florida. It's another going to be a draft, and this Brentley is really a great dynamo skater. Really, he playing right now already for NCAA, and you're going to like him if you watch the Team USA. He play on the 4 line right now, but really, I love him a lot. He's watching play since he's 9 years old. When I was in Florida, I coached again that his dad was coaching, and then the dad take care about a AAA program in Florida, and he grew that program with his son. The 2004 players for Team Canada, for Team Florida, the Alliance, for years they dominate the Team USA, the USA country. They was always been the top best 5 AAA program with Brown, with other players, but he's only one Bradley and make it really high. You can see he make the Team USA national team, Kevin. So we'll be interested to follow him. Kenny Connors and Samuel Lipkin are there. Charlie Stramel is an extra forward. Charlie Stramel right now is the player you have to watch. He's really at the top 12 forward for the NHL Draft 2023. So we'll be interesting to watching him. He's a big winger, 6'3", 6'4", play for Michigan Power. He has a difficult time to adjust with the NCAA, but he's looking good for the last 4 weeks. He's really on the radar for the Montreal Canadiens. Depends what you're going to pick. That part of it. And then so that's make the Team USA and the house. And don't forget, guys, click on the likes. But of course, asking me questions. The show is about you tonight. I came here not much preparation like I do usually, but I want sharing a little bit the preview so you know a little bit more about the tournament, what you want to watch, because I think this is the best time of the year, not only because it's holidays, but because it's a great hockey to watch for sure. Is Sean Farrell too old now for the... Yes, he is, Renault. Unfortunately, cannot play on the Team USA. Merci, Danny, or two, brother. Happy Merry Christmas, Renault, by the way. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live show. Tonight, William Neres, yesterday, put it 2 hours ago, Danny. Yeah, William just got testing. I did I miss something? It's Tony Richard. Oh, I missed a couple of things here. Minute the app closer to good apps fell apart one Monahan got injured. Ski and Caulfield production fell off and nothing gonna change until Monahan come back. Ellen mentioned about this. Yes, I think the piece of the puzzle, right? They play on the wrong chair, and then so that's complicated the situation. They miss Monahan on the power play. That's one of the things. And then I agree with you. Is Tony Richard going to stick around with the AB in 2023? It's a great question because why you don't talk coach? Because you have 2 players coming back. You have Monahan and Gallagher. So, example, if they put out Peseta, right? They had put down Richard. So I would say to you, one Gallagher and this one. Now, the good news and the bad news, Renault, about that is the trade deadline's coming. Yes, you still have 2 months to come, but Montreal is going to be in action after Christmas. I'm going to make a video, I think, tonight about this. They got a phone call a lot from for Sean Monahan. So Sean Monahan will be traded. They got a phone call for Joanne Munson. They want to keep him. They got a lot of phone call for Josh Anderson. They love him. It looked like from what we heard, they don't want to trade Josh Anderson. Now, and Anderson and Edmondson, ever they got trade guys, it's good because they get a really good trade in return. If not, they're not going to trade the 2 veterans for the Montreal Canadiens. I think Joanne Edmondson could be a really good asset for 1 more year with Montreal Canadiens. He become UF free in 2023, next season. His last season of his contract. That will be the same situation with Sean Monahan for Joanne Edmondson next season. And I think that would be something they can look about this for the Montreal Canadiens. Great point, Renault. I apologize, I did not see your statement, both of you. So you can ask question. Is the time is Logan Goulet a better player que Sakasi? Right, I think so. He's more dynamic, right? He's a little bit the Zegras oriented. He's very creative, really good hands, and it's hard to compare him with Sakowski because he's a winger center, and one is faster. Sakowski is more about the sniper, big tall players. Now, the Shane Wright, it's another skate. The skate is not the same way. I think Shane Wright is a better complete player. It's all depends how Logan Coley is going to develop when he's going to be in NHL about that. He playing NCAA right now, have a couple of good points. He's doing well over there, but still believe he needs to stay 1 more year in the NCAA before he return, maybe 2 years before he return and he go back in the NHL or he go to the NHL. It will be really interesting, guys, because the Arizona on the race right now to get Fantilli, Bedard, or Carlson, or Michkov. So if they will get one of the 4 with Logan Coley, that make a team a long-term a little bit better for sure. So would be really interesting how they're going to turn around. But I'm not sure if Logan Coley is better right now, but the time will tell us for sure. Yeah, coach, COVID-19. I apologize, Danny. Who got the COVID-19? Is it you? Second time in a row, Christmas. No, but got me COVID-19. Oh, apologize for that, Mr. Danny. There we go. Hopefully doing better. Will you trade Monahan or keep him? I would trade him. What you have to get in return to move him. I would trade him. Montreal is going to get a first-round pick, Johnny, in return. I don't know if it's 2023 or 2024. They could get a first prospect drafted first round in return. He's going to get that kind of situation over there. And the cost, it would cost too much money to keep Monahan and with the Montreal Canadiens. And I understand they're going to miss, but I think they're going to get another direction after that, Johnny. I think if they want to get a third-round pick first round, I think they're going to targeting a goaltender at that position on the third round, or maybe a defenseman, a right defenseman. but I think that would be the right way to get that with Johnny for the Montreal Canadiens. I fell apart on the trainer released his book. That's new edition of France, right? I don't think so, Renault. The book passed over everybody else. I don't think so. Pierre Gervais make a big difference about the books and the players about that. Coach Czechia as Yuri Kulich, Saber draft choice and their forward are big. I believe 4 forward, 6'3", a good team. Par le goaltender, 2019 draft opinion. On the Bossy, the GOAT week. Great point about this. I have them right here if you want to see that, William. They have Sapo Valic live. He was drafted. Yuri Kulich, like he said, William, I think it was 25th or 27th at the NL draft 2022. Now, here's the player we need to look for the Montreal Canadiens. Pay attention, Edouard Sally. Sally have not a great tournament in August for the Czechia team, but he have a lot of prospect, he have a lot of upside down to become maybe a top 10 draft pick in NHL 2023, if not a 15. We don't know he's going to be a little bit like, like Lettery Maki or who another player they drop in the draft. But he's a player you have to watch, William. Edouard Salé, another big defense, big right winger. I would suggest you to watching about this. Then the rest of the team, like that, you have a couple. Brabenec is pretty good. Peter Ozer is pretty good. You have Marcel over there. Marcel, by the way, that's a strange name if you want to look about, if you want to check about his name. It's a team where it's not about the offense, it's about the defense. They have solid defensemen. David Cherechek, guys, I think the New Jersey Devils are long term going to have a regret not pick him, Cherechek. We know Cherechek was drafted by the Columbus Blue Jacket. Really right now great in American Hockey League with the Cleveland Lumberjack. And he have an amazing great year so far. He's could have be called up if Columbus need him, but I think they will let him go down and not burn his entry-level contract. But he's a solid defenseman. He's already at 6'4". That's to get one of them. Then you have the son of the Jaroslav Spacek for the Buffalo Montreal. David Spacek returning with the team. Zozil is another great defenseman. He was drafted with Amara, Aisha, and Czech. The Golden Door is really interesting over there. That would be the one I would be concerned. For me, it's about the offensive side over there could be my concern, but it's a team are really solid on defensemen. They are my wild card in that tournament. That's what I believe. You have a team can surprise. Like a lot of people was remember last season, they was check the Slovakia. This year we said to you, check the team Czechia. It's really the team have a lot of good players, and that team it could surprise like a Sweden team, the Finland team, USA or Canada. The team's going to be again them on the round elimination. Have to be sure because that team could surprise them. And will be interesting. Randy N is in the house. Welcome back, Randy. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation, our show tonight. Emerson is like a Donald Nurse, not real a good defenseman anymore. I would not say that, Renaud. I think he played a good role for the Montreal Canadiens. The reason, the problem you get a little bit, first of all, everybody looking for his first 10 game and this season, and people say, oh my God, he have a really difficult time. Guys, he started the season 6 weeks behind everybody. This is the worst thing as a hockey player. You don't want to. It's not start the season at the same time like everybody else. After that, you run after the season and you're never going to catch up. Because the player already have a step up over there. He played better since David Savard is out of the lineup. He stabilized more, block a shot more. He play his game more. He make a less mistake like he did in the first 10 game. But again, he played on the first pairing for the Montreal Canadiens where he should be on the second pairing. He's on the wrong chair. Same thing with many players right now with Montreal without Monahan and Gallagher. They're on the wrong chair. We have too many dead wood. Yeah, that enough. You have Evans, you have Peseta, and you know who I'm Armia, you know who I'm talking about. But that's the problem with Edmondson. I think Edmondson bring a lot, not only on ice, off ice. He's really a leader. He's really veterans for the Montreal Canadiens. Take care about a lot of details for the team. I think for me, I would not trade him. At least they get a first round pick and maybe something else with and then again Edmondson. Until then, I will keep him one more year. And next season, you can release him because, you're going to get that experience for Jacky, Iris, Cooley, Madison, and you're going to have another defenseman possibly step up for the Montreal Canadiens the year after that. I'm talking about 24-25. So they'll for me, one more year with Montreal if they don't get something big in return, and then we can go from that one there. Thank you so much, Danny, to watch everybody submit. Should Manet expect 5.5 million yeah, on his new deal, more or less, Honoré and Tim, and your opinion? I would start Renault with $5 million, 5 and 5, $25 million, $24 to $28 million will be the targeting for him. Now, you're going to have some team going to give him that money. Easy. Now, because the second center, example, like look at the contract of last season of the Vincent Trocek. He got 7 years at 5.5. Look the contract Andrew Cup for the Detroit Red Wings, 5 years, I believe, at $5 million. And that's the margin what money is going to targeting. And that looked like he was not his broken foot. He's still healthy. I have no problem with his hip. Look at what he accomplished with Montreal Canadiens. So $5 million minimum with 5 years minimum at 28 years old, turned 29 October 12, 2023. I think for me, he's going to get that kind of money anywhere and with any other team in NHL. So now Montreal can afford to get another $5 million, 5 years at 33 years old. I would say yes and no. Yes, because you don't have a lot, but I think no, because they have you have centers coming from the Montreal Canadiens. You have Owen Beck is coming. They're going to draft a solid. I believe they're going to draft a center for the next year or the next summer for the NHL draft 2023. Can it be ready? I'm not sure. But I think Montreal, they will not want to capitalize for a 5 years contract with Sean Monahan and stop everybody to step back in the lineup for them on the roster. They have to take a choice between, they cannot keep any more Monahan and they were racked together. It's $10 million they burn right now on the combat, over $11 million. But I think that will be the situation they have to get that one over there. Thank you, Nicolas. Tu vois, Hudson va se faire demander, elle est chanceuse d'être à d'autres défenseurs qui devraient se faire à sa place. Malheureusement, Nicolas, you would be surprised about Hudson. Since he's 13 years old, everybody told him he's not going to do this, he's not going to do that, he's too small, he's not good enough, everything like that. When you talk about Tony Crook, Gerard Spurgeon, you talk about Quinn Hughes and NHL, I can go like this, a Krejcik maybe for the Boston Bruins. Everybody, they are too small. But that's what Lane Hudson is going to be in the NHL. He's smaller, better. He's a really smart player. He's really unique, really unicorn with puck moving. He's the same. You can compare him a little bit like Adam Fox maybe in NHL and Cal McCarr. I'm not saying they are like them, but the way he play is exactly like Adam Fox and Cal McCarr. On the corner, he's really good with his stick, positioning, everything like that. I don't see him. It's going to be a problem for him. Of course, the physicality and the NCAA is not the same right now, but you're going to adapt because he did it with any level he won. He's unbelievable. He's going to be one of the best players to watch during that tournament because the way he's skating, the way he moved the puck, and how shifty he is, you'll be impressed. A lot of play you're going to see by Team USA is going to come from the number 20, Lane Hudson, because he's really good defenseman. Marcel pour le check, Monica. Oui, Monica, about that one over there. Merry Christmas, Melissa Zabra. Feliz Davida, right? Is it Feliz Davida? Anyhow. Then, Faye 801, Merry Christmas, Faye 801. Thanks to be with our Canadian Live Show. Okay, about that. I'm going to take a week off. Awesome. What's Edmondson next contract going to look like? Do you expect a 5+ AAV for term like Ben Sherratt? No, not allowed. Joel Edmondson. One is going to be he's going to be 31 years old like Sherratt. I will not set over $5 million. When your Sherratt got $4.5 million, I think the team could get him 4 years the contract and maybe $4 million, $60 million. I think it would be a good money to get him in return. Now, sometimes something can to get him in, but I would be shocked because he run right now at $3.5 million. So I'll be shocked he get $5 million. So expect $4 million, a 4-4, that would be a good signature. And the level he play right now, he will accept a $16, $15 to $18 million contract. Renault. I love your question, guys. Continue to blog me. Because can you project how good the Richard team would have been had they been at the tournament? They may be tough, I realize. The team Richard would be great. First of all, I have Miskov over there. They have Kuligev, like I said, the defenseman, unbelievable defenseman, maybe the best defenseman. He's getting a lot right now with the team OMSK and the VHL or MHL, I believe, VHL, MHL. And they have other two players over there. They have another Russian player on the top 25. I cannot remember his name. Is going to be good over there. The goaltender are okay, but I would say to you they will be the top 4, possibly the top 3 because of Michkov on that tournament. For on my eyes. For that, good night to all right, Nicola. Have a good night. Got a video game. Danny, all right. Let's go get. Merry Christmas, coach. Dawson, the spot corner is in the house. Awesome. What will you do with the dead wood as little value? Don't that enough. I'm going to trade them for the late Rebecca. But first of all the 3 players you talk about, Amir don't go nowhere. Amir's at $3.4 million, 2 more years to go after this season. It will be really difficult to move him. At least you do a package deal, what you have to spend or to give away something. It's not that can use what he does usually. That enough. I think nobody want him. I think they're going to die with him. At least maybe a team gave a 7-round pick, 6-round pick, and to try it. The problem, like everybody else, you have to pay attention, everybody, about this. The salary cap. Not many team guys going to be in the playoff, going to run for the playoff, and to be a contender to win the Stanley Cup. They have a problem with the salary cap. And I think that's really the problem with that enough. I think if you compare with all the players, Manan is really the one who going to get out. And then followed by Dwayne, I think you can get something in return, a 4th, 5th round pick for the rate over than enough. And my eyes, more attract about them. But otherwise, they have nothing they can do, unfortunately, for those players. And that's you talk about those 3 players to go to get out. That's it. I don't think so. You go nowhere, Johnny. Then we have a couple of myself. How good was burnt steak house in Tampa when you ate there? I don't know if you talk about me or you talk about anybody else. Melissa, possible. I'm not sure. Question pour commencer le live à 22 au lieu de 21. No, Nicolas, it was just for tonight. I spend that way. I would let people have a little bit more an hour to celebration with the family. And I said, you know what, let's go start at 10 o'clock. And it's the 25th. Nobody works tonight. And everybody's prepared for the Boxing Day. And I said, why not to start at 10 o'clock tonight? And that gave me a little bit more time for me to prepare. I decided to do it at 8 o'clock this morning. So that may be my best, but it would be always at 9 o'clock, Nicola. Possibly I start to do a show in French at 8 o'clock, 1 time per week. I'm still working on that right now. But I'm looking for a co-host at some point. Have a good night, everyone. Melissa, have a good night, everybody. Nicola, that's everybody. Look like everything looking good here. So that's what we have about the team, this one there. We have other team I want to talk about this. Team Sweden, guys. Team Sweden is really strange one for me. First of all, they lost against Team Swiss last preparation game. They have a lot of good players there. A lot of first round, everything like that. You talk about Isaac Rosen. Leo Carlson, guys, the center. If you want to watch a player, I'm going to talk about those players in the next couple of minutes. Great center. Fabian Lissel for the Boston Bruins drafted. Lekiri Maki, I think, for Vancouver Canucks. Another great players over there. Holgren and Oslan, 2 solid players drafted first round pick last season. And then you have Robinson. Simon Robinson is another great player. You have to look about this. Philip Bested, he's another big center, 6'4". And then you have Fabian Warner. You have Pedersen, Oscar Pedersen, Victor Sponborg, and then Strand Green, and then Hamilton Oskansen. The defenseman guy for the Montreal Canadiens draft for 4th or 5th round last 2022, Adam Engstrom. They missed a couple of defensemen for that team playing in NHL already, obviously. Elias Pedersen, another Elias Pedersen. A player to watch, guys. Is getting better and better since the beginning of the season. Is Axel Sandin Pelika. He's on my top 32 right now at the bottom, at the first round. But there's some player you want to watch for the Montreal Canadiens is maybe Pelika at some point. We know Carly Odelius was drafted last season. Johnson, Johnson, and Norrie. The goaltender is Langborn, Blomqvist, and Brendan. We know Kosa was the goaltender for them the last 2 seasons, obviously. Plinall is out for Sweden. So it'll be interesting what is happening. Mr. Zinnik Gamick is in the house. Welcome back. Merry Christmas to you and Zayla. How long do you plan to live in Thailand, Coach? Right now, I got my visa, but I'm getting my visa. Is on the process. It's just to get it. That would bring me April 24. So that will be a journey. What is my plan? At least something else happening. You never know. The health or something could happen. And yeah. And then, I don't visit a lot of places right now. I stopped to do my other channel to do, but I'm going to get back one hour at a time. I'm thinking to travel for 6 weeks next summer, travel around the Thailand to learn about the country, everything like that. So I'm looking for that. Excited about this. After the second week in July, when everything's shut down in hockey until August, we're going to go that way about that. Too bad William Eglan choice not play for Ogren is good. You're absolutely right about this, William, about William Eglan. Excellent, mérite pas sa place avec la Suède. OK, je vais vraiment au dodo. Désolé avec toi, mon Nicolas, c'est un des meilleurs defensemen pour l'équipe de la Suède, mon Nicolas. Je ne sais pas pourquoi tu es vraiment négatif avec les joueurs des Canadiens, avec l'équipe des Canadiens, Nicolas. Quand tu qualifies Hudson's going to be destroyed, quand tu dis Armstrong, il ne mérite pas être sa place. S'il est là comme la première défense, sur la première paire de défense, il y a une raison en arrière de ça. C'est un très bon défenseman. Il plie dans la ligne professionnelle à Suède. Donc, je ne comprends pas ton point de vue après ça, mais je respecte ton point de vue. Tu prends contre les Canadiens de Montréal. Coach, I think the Sweden goaltender Wallstead draft choice could make a difference. Wallstead is a really really good. I said Kosa, right? I apologize. I was talking about Wallstead. Kosa with Kid Team Canada. So I apologize. Wallstead guy is a draft pick, 19 overall pick by the Minnesota Wild. Remember that trade? I was there at the draft. I think it's happened in NHL at the Vancouver at 2019 or 2020. Anyhow, so Wallstead got a trade. Edmonton gave away the goaltender Wallstead. Imagine that they trade for a go to 21st draft pick, and they gave away 19, and the Minnesota select the goaltender Wallstead. He's going to be a solid goaltender in NHL. Absolutely right, William. Like anybody else, like Kosa or Yarozov or Wolf or Levi, I can go all the way like that. It would take time to get the time to grow to get there. Frenchy, toi, groupe, je ne suis pas négatif, il est juste chanceux d'être là aussi. Bonne nuit, mon Nicolas. Pas de problème, mon homme. Après ça, on va, we have Team Finland, guys. That will be my last thing we want to talk about before we talk Canada, Sweden, USA, and Finland. William, we're going to talk about this in the next 6 against William. Team Finland, guys. First of all, Montreal Canadian Oliver Kapanen play on the first line. Really impressive. Kapanen have a good year. It's a player really underrated, I believe, for the Montreal Canadian. Nobody talk about Oliver Kapanen. We talk about Sean Farrell. We talk about Owen Beck. And, Joshua Roy. But nobody talk about Oliver Kapanen. And Kapanen right now have a good year. He played on Liga League in Finland. And he come back. Last season, he struggled a bit. But right now, it's really impressive what he's doing so far. Will be interesting what he's going to do. One King Kemel was a draft by the Nashville, I believe. I'm always messed up with Nashville and Vancouver. The Litteriki Maki and Kemel. Then you have Brett Lambert. What kind of Brett Lambert we get? The great one, the good one, or the one don't really care? We don't know about that one there. Tupi Rooney. And then you have Jenny Neman. And then you have Kuvinen at the first line. I want to talk about the third line, the Nico Antanen. I want to mention to you because this one is going to be a draft, NHL draft 2023. Really interesting his selection because some people put him at around 10 to 15, and then he can drop all the way to 25th to 32. It depends the scout or the expert about draft. And but he's a player you have to watching if you have a chance to see him, to look like, and possibly Montreal could pick up him if it's turned to be great over there. The defenseman, it's not bad team. It's a lot of words where it's a year where Finland guys don't have a kind like a player like Barkov or Hao, Kokenemi, like a solid top prospect, top 10. I understand Kemel, right? But you look about the rest of the team, they don't have like a solid like Team Canada or team. But they always find a way, guys. The Finland win the medal. They've been that way forever. So you cannot discount on the team Finland. You have to see them maybe to be around about that. Chicago Bear, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live Show. We appreciate to be with us tonight. Then we did all the team right there, but I want to bring you back at my beginning of my show on that area here, because I want to finishing this. We're always 10:48. As I said, I would be here only 1 hour. Everybody is at Christmas time, and I understand. And I just want to come back here talking about that fun team. We know, guys, a team I did not talk about is Team Slovakia. Team Slovakia is going to be good, but not great. They're missing Juraj Sarkovsky. They have Philippe Mézard for the Montreal Canadiens going to play for that team. Another draft pick, a 26th overall pick for the Montreal in 2022. They have other players. You have to watching them for Team Slovakia. I'm going to talk about them. Let me 5 minutes or 2 minutes. I'm going to talk about what they have. Slovakia, unfortunately, I don't see them on my top 4 at the end of the tournament. I don't see that team can compare. The rest of the team will be the same happening. Germany, Swiss, Latvia, and Australia. Not many great. They have players good, but not great over there. I would say to you, watching Austria, because Austria have Vincent Rover, draft pick, 75 overall pick for the Montreal Canadiens 2022. Is a player, you can mention. They have a great defenseman over there, 6'2". Right defenseman. I'm going to talk about him the next couple of minutes as a player to watching. Swiss, not really first round pick over there. Latvia and Germany. Germany, we know in the past with Rissadol and Suzla, and those kind of players play for Germany, but Germany is not the same caliber like it was in the past or that tournament. Of course, we missed Team Russia, but that would be something they have to cut up about that one. Finland does look structure. Thought when they play Canada and it's going to get but that's what been always that way, William. I don't say they are not a bad team. It's just they are not the same thing they was in the past, but I think they can, if you think about the for them to be under Division B with Switzerland, with Slovakia and Latvia and USA, I think Finland, the game is going to be between Finland and USA. The winner of that game is going to winning that division. And go from Canada. It's going to be Team Sweden and Team Canada together. Will be the fun on that. Nick, I heard remark Senate Douglas going to share Blackhawk does not have any money on the redeer about that one over there. I want to talk about fun players on that tournament. You can pay it a little bit more attention. Like I said, my mission tonight was just open up a preview NHL World Junior Championship. We're going to present the first game tomorrow night. Montreal, Team Canada play tomorrow night. We're going to be live. I tried possibly to do Team USA, but I think they played again Latvia, I believe, or it wasn't a really good team. So I said maybe I will skip that game at 5 o'clock. So whatsoever it is, we'll see. We already know, each one of you know, Connor Bedard is going to be the first overall pick, I believe. Now, the gap between Fantilli and Bedard is really strange for me because Fantilli, we expect him to get a little bit closer, have a really difficult year so far with Michigan. But it's not true. He had an amazing, great beginning season with Michigan. 1 point per game was impressive. The gap was closer. Now he struggled a little bit more the last couple of weeks. But again, it will be interesting where he's going to look like in that tournament with Team Canada. Fantilli, a big center, 6'3", pulling right now for winger for Team Canada. But for me, is a top 3 for sure for NHL draft. My wild card, Leon Carlson. Leo Carlson, I watched him many times, videos. I watched the game. Big center winger, 6'3", a bit like Fantilli, but he's so shifty. His hands are unbelievable. I don't want to compare a little bit more like Matt Sundin, but imagine Matt Sundin when he played NHL. That's the kind of player he can become. Another Daniel Seden, I will said to you, example, are from Sweden. He's another kind of player they can become NHL. That's how he great. That's how he's going to be. And I said, guys, a lot of people complain me, oh, it's not matter, Montreal don't finish the top 4 on the draft NHL. Yes, it is for me, because the super elite players are unbelievable there. You have Bedard, you have Fantilli, you have Carlson, and finally you have Mitchkov. All 4 on unbelievable super elite players in the NHL. Then after that, it's all depends. There's going to be all the players like Coley, Sapkowski, or Shane Wright from 5th to 20 example. And that's what they are. Now you have 3 players I want you to pay attention. I said I believe they're going to be, first of all 3 is going to be a top 15 on the NHL draft 2023. So Montreal Canadiens could have 2 picks over there. They have other players, they are not there. The Brendan Yager, I can talk about Carl Barlow, Colby Barlow. I can talk maybe Cam Allen. I can talk about Will Smith. But 3 players right now in that tournament are going to be possibility, like Devoski for Slovakia, guys. Possibility Devoski become top 6 NHL draft 2023. And then you have Edouard Sully for the Czechia. Some people put him 9, 10, 11, 12. That would be on the radar for the Montreal game. Then you have another player, Charlie Stramel. Stramel is a big winger, play for Team USA, play for Michigan, another powerhouse player over there. Struggled. That's the player I was thinking earlier. He struggled since the beginning of the season, get a little bit better for the last couple of weeks for them. But his expectation to become a top 10 pick is still there for him. If not, top 15 was great for Charlie Stramel. Have an amazing, great year last year with the Team USA National under U18. William said Fantilli is still growing into his body. Yeah, absolutely right about this. It's a guy can reach a 6'4", 6'5" possible. If we get Fantilli, we never win a cup again. Check down Merry Christmas for them. The next player I want to talk about this guy is a couple of players maybe you don't know. I would name 2 of them. First of all, another Slovakia, Onzek, I think that's his Sam Osek. I cannot remember his first name. Osek guy, really good hockey player, play for Slovakia. He's going to play with Mazar. Really upside down. What happening? Why you mention him? Because he's been never heard a lot about him since the beginning of the season, and he remind me a lot Marco Kasper. Not about Marco Kasper as a player, about Onzek. But I'm talking about the route of Kasper. If you remember, guys, 1 year ago, last season, at the beginning October 2022, 21, Kasper was a first-round pick late last year. At the tournament, he dropped about 2015. And then he grew his games on the season, and then he dropped top 10. I always said he was going to be top 10. He got drafted by Detroit. I said Detroit was going to pick him if they have him, possibly if they select him, Marco Kasper. I feel the same with Onzek. Now, can he jump into top 10 with all the great players they have already this year? I don't know. But when I was sent to you, possibility is going to be at the top 25, and that is the one who was not mentioned before that. Slovakia, Onzek, I will suggest you watching. Then my last player I want to talk about is David Renbacher. But David Renbacher guy is a defenseman, play for Swiss, Australia, and is a great defenseman, 6'2", right defenseman shot, really good skater, really mobile with the puck for his size. He can hit. And another player was not mentioned, top 40 before a couple of weeks ago. He's getting there. He's going to get a little bit more. At some point, possibly, he's going to be the first round. My point to you, I said, he's not going to be a Montreal pick number 14. I understand that. But pay attention to his name. I think it could become a first-round pick in the NHL Draft 2023. Of course, you have other players you can talk about NHL Draft, but they are not at the tournament for what I know. So, so it's something you can watch. Other players was drafted last season, like Tyler Boucher, Carter Coachier, and you see all the name, Kamel or Leterimaki or Licious or Lisel, and I can go all the way like that, right? But I want to pay a little bit more attention today about the 2023 NHL Draft. And if you follow my videos at Daily News, I bring always my mock 1.0 when I'm talking about my first 32 picks on that. And again, it's always changing. Some players step up. I think the defenseman from Russia, I would say to you 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, at the beginning of October, everybody talked about Cam Allen is going to be the first pick defenseman in that draft. Is changing a lot right now. Kuliev, I believe, from the team Russia, is going to be maybe the top best defenseman. And at the beginning, people said that the defenseman, it's not a solid it's not a solid draft for the defenseman. It's getting changing now. We maybe expect 3-4 get out this next year at the NHL draft 2023. It's something I think is fun if you follow hockey. Will Smith will slap better. Unfortunately, Will Smith not play for Team USA. He got cut, surprisingly. I think it was a choice. But I have two things happening. First, Lucius was hurt at the beginning, and Will Smith had an amazing, great start with the Team USA national team under U20 and U18 with the team. And almost like 2 points per game, but unfortunately, he did not make the team. For a reason, it's just the depth of the forward for the USA. And I think he swapped with some kind of illness at the beginning, did not help him. And I think it was at the end between both two players, and they decided to go with other players. Again, guys, the tournament is more about the older players. So usually it's a 19, 20 years old tournament. Some 18 years old got draft, and then they go. It's you don't have a lot of spot for the player undrafted or not yet, and they coming. The Bedard, the Fantilli, and Stramel, like I would just talk about them. So it's not like a tournament with a lot of usually prospect draft the following year. But the Will Smith is going to be interesting. Yes, he's at the radar to be a top 10. Again, is an amazing, great shifter with Logan Cooley. There's fun between him and Cooley because a lot of people compare both of them. Cooley is more competitive, is more put his nose more in the traffic. And Smith, he need that kind of to increasing his level of that area. But he's creative like Cooley. He can Cooley a little bit more faster. But Smith, again, is another great selection over there. If he was on the NHL draft 2022, you have to consider him the top 5 last year with Cooley, Shane Wright, and Sarkowski, and Nemec, and Jerechek. That's how is Will Smith. Again, a 5'9", 5'10". It will be interesting how he's going to develop for the rest of the year. Again, remember, guys, not because you don't make the national team country for World Junior Championship, you're never going to play in NHL. Many never play at the team junior, and they make it. The NHL play 1,000 game, 900 game. I can go the list, unbelievable. So I just want to share it with you happening for the World Junior Championship tonight. So that's what, guys, we have. I don't know if you have any question you want to talk about. We have about 20 people here, and we really appreciate you take the time on this beautiful, great night of Christmas with maybe some snow, some cold. So better to watching Coach Frenchy to watching, jazz movies and like 1972. Just kidding. But if you have any question, it will be the time to give you some answer. Because we don't have a lot of people, I don't think so. We should do the French quiz, whatever I was ready for tonight, because we don't have a lot. Then I'll be better a little bit to move on. But if you have any question, guys, before we go, I would love to have. It's time. It's not because I'm not often, but when I love to do those shows because during the season I do so many play-by-play. And I miss a lot of things in the play-by-play. I would like to comment, I would like to talk, and I would like to sharing opinions and with respect for each one of us, and then sharing what we talk about hockey. I think we are here because we love, not only because of the channel, we all love to talk about hockey. And I think it was a great opportunity just 24 hours before the World Junior Championship starts tomorrow and everything like that. All the team Canada and Team USA, all the both team, the schedule is after 5 o'clock p.m. So you can watch the game. They don't play at 1 o'clock afternoon on the schedule. So the game, not Montreal or Montreal. Team cannot play all at 7 o'clock, 7:30 every night for that. Heading to the bed, Coach. I'm not feeling well. Have a good night, Coach. And chat, Danny, have an amazing, great night. And we appreciate a lot to step by here Danny. Speed recovery. Be careful, my friend. With our thought a prayer for you for the health of the Mr. Danny. Again, it's difficult. Again, wherever we think COVID is over, it's not. Many people it's not like it was before because we got shot, everything like that helping. But Marco got it, his wife got it, and we don't want anybody get it. But gladly or great is to see people don't get sick that bad like it was before in the past. Coach, if you have one coach and a shirt present to 1900 to be an assistant coach under, who would be chosen? Whoa, wait a minute here. If you have one coach and the NHL present to 1900 to be an assistant coach under, who would be you choose? They have a lot of assistant coach and NHL are very good. Um, I will give you a couple of people right now, a couple right there. Uh, Mike Yo. Mike Yo, I think, is underrated as a coach. He did a great job with Nashville Predator, and then he got fired. Then he went to Philadelphia Flyers. It was the St. Louis Blues, I apologize. Before they won the Stanley Cup with Greg Berube, it was Mike Yo there. I have a great relationship with him when I went to NHL coaches with him. Then I think even the one I would say to you, nobody talk about is for the Florida Panthers. He's always been with Paul Maurice and Jimmy Compton. Compton with the coach now for the Compton Mount and Vermont. Oh my God. His brother is a coach for Edmonton Oilers, Woodcroft. Cannot remember his first name. But they always been together. Maurice Woodcroft and Compton. Compton, I think, is a really solid assistant coach in the NHL. I think we have to open up the door for Andrew Brunette. I think he could be a great. I always like Alan and Nestaratin for his year in NHL coach about that. But that list could be forever, right? You have many Malhotra, can people said something. I don't know. You have so many coach, assistant coach. You can have. I think I would say another one is underrated. Always been with Gerard Gallant is Mike Kelly. I think Mike Kelly been in the assistant coach for 20 years with Gerard Gallant. I'm not talking about the goaltender coach, but I'm talking about assistant coach. Defenseman, forward, everything like that. So I think that was the question. I think that's what I'll try to. Which coach do you want to be an assistant coach under? Who will you learn the most from? I think for me, William, two, I would say Jimmy Compton and Mike Kelly. It's funny I talk about them because I've been to the coaches site, the coaches seminar for 8 years. It could be an NHL Coach Association at the draft, or it could be at the coaches site. I'm just talking about in Toronto. Most of the time it was in Toronto. Or I could be at the Roger Nelson seminar in Windsor. But Mike Kelly and Jimmy Colton, Woodcroft, Mike Hugh, but most of the three I'm just mentioned to you are really speaker every time, every year. They bring some great idea, everything like that for them. I think that would be three coach. I would love to be with them every day. I love those seminar. It was a little bit expensive over for me, but I know where I am in my life. I was not going and learning to inspire me to become go the next level. I was doing this just personal learning about the game deeply and its fun ways with details of the game. So they would tell you some stuff, and then they would tell you some story. When we did some small group with Michel, like one time I got Michel Terrien. Terrien was talking about a story about Malkin. He sent out Malkin out of the practice, and Malkin left the building with with hockey bag, and then Terrien was nervous about that because now he said, "Wow, he's leaving with it." Maybe he left for Risha. Anyway, and then I did two people was really bad are the speaker guys. Randy Carlyle OMG. Randy Carlyle guy was unbelievable. Like, we got a small group. I was supposed to talking about defensemen. And we go around the table. We have 12 people. And Randy said, okay, let's go. Let's talk about the defensemen. Hi, guys. I'm not here to teaching you. I want you to talk about defensemen. So, what do you want to know? Like, he was not prepared at all. It was really bad. Some of those coaches around, one coach nobody talk about, he was really good on speaker. It was Martin Raymond. If you remember, Martin Raymond was assistant coach with Jacques Martin, I believe, or Guy Boucher at the Ottawa Senator. Then they fired everybody. And Martin Raymond, I think he originated himself on the QM. I'll have to follow with Martin, but he was really good on the teaching people. I really learned a lot from him. Mike Yo, for me, it was about his time he gave to us after it was over. He consistently talking about 20, 25 more minutes after that. I really love talking with Dallas Higgins. Dallas Higgins was about the mindset, about life. It's about teaching kids communication and motivation about that. Yeah, Claude Julien was very good. Claude Julien gave me a lot of minutes after it was over. Claude Julien stayed around a little bit longer. I just want to share with you what I've been left and right at the NHL Association. Martin Gina, I speak with him a lot. And the other organization like the NHL coaches, a lot of great presentation. Like André Tournier was there, like year was been there. Benoit Gros, coach with the club affiliation for the Tampa Bay Lightning was there. That's what I made a lot of content. Woodcroft a lot. Talk to him a lot of time over there. You have coaches all around the world at that seminar. So it was good to go out, talk to them, and have another perspective. At some point, I was thinking to go to coach in Switzerland or Sweden. But at my age and the weather was two factors was against me. Mr. Love Shock is in the house. There's going to be a bottle of black and yellow at Fenway Park in Boston, January 22nd. Yep, for the game. You're absolutely right about this Sharks, Nashville, Boston Bruins, everything like that. So that's what concludes, guys, the show. I don't know if you have anything else. Hopefully you appreciate to come back tonight. First of all, me, I appreciate to have each one of you tonight. And like I said, this show up at the last minute. It was not projected to be that way. I just said, I have 1 hour to talk about hockey. Unfortunately, we're not going to do Frenchy course. We're going to go back next time. We'll be back tomorrow, guys, with the World Junior Championship. Tomorrow, first game for Team Canada will be live, I think, at 7:30. And I'm going to do the game for that one before Montreal. I'll back on Montreal only the 28th. Montreal play and Tampa Bay Lightning the 28th. The 29th again, Florida Panthers. And then it's going to be in Washington Capitals the 31st. So until then, guys, keep consistent to celebrate. I think it's a good time to celebrate. I think it's the right time to celebrate. Be safe. Just enjoy. I think life is short, guys. Life is very short. You never know the next time. But I think we should be more grateful and really more thankful about what we have and not what we want. Because I'm sure around you have great people. And don't hesitate to tell them how much you love them. Until next time, my friend, have an amazing, great night and sweet dream. But
you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Not a problem, William. Also a pleasure. You make me, guys, to make me. It's funny, people say, "Oh, you walk so much." I don't walk a lot, guys. You make me walking more because I just love what I do. Come here talking with hockey. That's it. People, there are not many people. I don't care. We are the right, great people. That's all about at the end of the day. Until then, my friend, have an amazing, great night. Merry Christmas, everybody. And have an amazing, great Boxing Day tomorrow for many of you in Canada. And I look forward to seeing you until next time. Have a great night, people. And of course, we love you, people. Have a great one. Good night, Nick, William, Michael, Love Shucks. I'm not Chicago, but you make guys that channel double every single time you show up. Thanks so much.
Come on, get a grip now of all the ways we parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Oh, 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 oh. Booyah!